Check, check. We are 90 seconds away from beginning. 1 million cups. Find your seat. Jennifer is here so we can get started. We are 50 seconds away. Grab some coffee. Grab one of those super cool, nutty chocolate chip bars. And find your seat. All right, we are 10 seconds away from starting 1 million cups here in Clermont. Ladies and gentlemen, find your seat.
They're
I'd like to introduce
rowdy this morning.
the co-host today, Linka. Jennifer, not Jennifer, she's not the co-host. Tyler, not Tyler, no.
Tyler's our co-host.
We have not Rob Thomas. We have Jim. No, it's not Jim.
The other guitar. Good, how are you? Hey, Jim,
Ladies and gentlemen, Betsy Sorg.
Good morning,
Come
everyone.
on.
Thank you, Farmer Banks. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy 1 Million Cups Day. If you're new here, we love to scan our QR codes and check in. If you're not new here, you know the drill. We've got table tents now, and do your checking in and let Kauffman know that we're here. So, well, Banks pointed out some of our organizing team already this morning. There's Lenka and Monica and Lee. There's Lee back there.
Yes.
Glenn back there manning the IT station. Harry in the fedora. There's Dave Colby. Where's Lorna's back there? We've got everybody.
We got Jose here. We got Cesar here.
We've got everybody. So all the resources you need this morning to learn about 1 Million Cups, SBDC, any questions that you have about becoming a flourishing entrepreneur in Lake County.
We find it right here. Yep, we do. Hey, we're going to switch because I'm going to do this one.
Do it.
Yep. Hey, we're at the View. Welcome to the View. Welcome to the View. This is our venue. That's all I'm going to say.
It is. We are at the View, just in case you didn't know. And they do sponsor our coffee and our food for us in the mornings. Brooke's back there baking cookies and stuff. No, she's probably good. Mighty Manatee, our media back here. Thank you, Glenn, for coming in an hour early every morning and setting all this up so that we can be streaming across all platforms on the internet. And all of our printed materials that you see are courtesy of Minuteman Press, so he keeps us in front of everyone with business cards.
And Ken's not here, is he? No, he's not. All right. Oh, well, he's running for mayor. So I know
That's right.
Yeah.
He's busy.
Yeah, he is busy. And by the way, we have mints up here for the speakers and for us. Yeah, no.
Man, I need a haircut. I need a mint.
So who are our partners? Dave Colby at the Chamber. Dave, you're here. Yes, Dave. Yes,
South
Dave.
Lake Chamber.
He told me to work on his introduction. We have the Business Incubator Program, UCF. Brian doesn't like us. He never shows up. We have America's SBDC, Jose and Cesar. Check them out.
They're dividing and conquering this morning, so everybody can find them. There's 2 resources here.
And we have LEAD, which Ray is not here, but
He's leading Lake County.
He
He's
is
all
leading. Yeah, he's busy.
Oh, look, they changed it. Now you handed it off. So guess what? Our mission right here is entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs. It's just that simple.
Yep.
Community run, for the community, by the community.
Simple, to the point. Thank you, Glenn, for doing that. And the key pillars, presentations, not pitches. So we want you to present up here. We want you to be open and honest. We want you to be vulnerable, actually. We want you, as a speaker, to ask for advice. That's kind of tough to do sometimes, isn't it?
It is.
We want connections, not networking. There's many networking events out there. We want connecting, so we want it to be authentic.
Absolutely.
Why is that happening? Is it? I'm getting too close to you.
Danger, Will Robinson. Oh, now he fixed it.
No. We're for the community, by the community, and this is a welcoming space for every entrepreneur that is anywhere.
Absolutely. All ideas welcome. Who are our first timers this morning?
Raise your hand if you're first time here. Yes, in the back there.
Excellent. We would love to meet you. If you will tell us your name, your business, maybe just 2 to 3 words about what your business is.
Hi, good morning. My name is Laura. I am from the Southern Belle Estates, your newest wedding and event venue in Groveland.
Well, welcome, Scots. Welcome, welcome.
Is it that obvious? I've been here for 20 years. This is my Groveland accent.
I would just like to see, come on now. Come on now, you know it makes sense.
We have someone right here.
Perfect. Yes.
Hello, I'm Alan Lehman. I'm with USI Commercial Insurance, and I help entrepreneurs, business owners, solve your problems with your insurance. So let me know if you need me.
Did you say Alan? Yep. Welcome, Alan. Welcome. Anybody else? Well.
Excellent. Welcome. Thank you all for coming.
What do we go to next? Oh, yes, what this is. 1 Million Cups, we want you to share your story and what you're building, basically, and where you need help. Basically, it's a 6-minute oration, isn't it?
Yes.
Where you can speak 2 minutes on yourself, 2 minutes on your product, your service, and then 2 minutes about an issue you have. Bring up an issue because we want to solve it. You're a big solver.
I try.
It's those dolphins that are around here.
We're speaking another language this morning. Yeah, it's basically, there's something that's keeping you up at night as a business owner, and you want to talk about it with other business owners and get some feedback on what that is. Maybe realize you're not as crazy as you're making yourself by waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning thinking about it. This is a good place to get that off your chest and get some feedback about maybe some solutions to it, or even your presentation. You have a big corporate presentation coming up and you're not too sure about some of the pieces of it. This is a great place to kind of test the waters and receive that feedback that you might be able to touch up a few things before you go out into a bigger seat.
Yes, right. And after you come here and speak, we want to see you back in 6 months. Now, we want you to still come every week, but we want you back in 6 months to present again to see if those suggestions helped you or didn't help you, whether you're mad at us or you love us. You owe us a check.
And that's where our speaker coach comes in. If you are mad at us, hopefully he talks you down off the ledge. But Harry will always facilitate putting you in touch with either himself or any of our qualified speaker coaches who do this for a living to help you work through those challenges before you get up here. So
wait a minute, do we have time to introduce Harry?
Of course.
And what he does? Harry is our mentor.
Does Harry have time?
Harry, would you like to
great
speak?
to see everybody. Love the new faces. People who are presenting, great things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to show the room what it is you do. You're going to show your authentic self to some degree. I know we're on stage, so that's not always 100% true. We want to be our best self, but people are going to be drawn to you and drawn to your business. Now, when you think of all the ones that have presented so far, do you feel like you know them better? Do you feel like you can do business with them? Do you feel like you want to help the person? So those are all opportunities that we get to have when we present. Now, 99.9% of the time, we're going to say yes, but there are opportunities to decline. This is in harmony with 1 Million Cups, that presentations have to fit the model, which is the entrepreneur, the 5-year business journey or less, ideas, good for the business, good for other entrepreneurs to pick up on. So all of that is considered, but 99% of the time we're going to say yes, and we're going to help you. So if you're thinking about it, just sign up for it, and good things are going to happen.
Thank you, Harry.
Yes.
Thank you. So, what are we up to? Oh, our icebreaker. Yes, what's a small habit or ritual that helps you start your day right? And we want to hear from you. Something right here, Rob Thomas.
I wake up and I start my coffee maker. All right, that's it. All right.
That's it.
I wake up.
I thought you were going to stop at I wake up, period.
Who else has a morning ritual that gets you going right out of the gate?
Coffee and a nice devotional in the morning to get you going.
Nice. Anybody else? Right here.
I open my prayer app and read the prayer of the day.
There you go.
Wonderful. Anybody else? Brian.
I wake up, I do about 10 to 15 minutes of reading for intention for the day and things that are going to make me better. And then I do a cold plunge and work out for about an hour.
Cold plunge.
What
Ouch.
temperature? What temperature do you cold plunge?
There's ice in it, so it's pretty low.
Like 55-ish?
No, it's 30.
No. Nope. Wine temperature is about at 55. That's wine temperature. That's perfect.
If you get close to him, you'll get chilly. Yeah. Colin.
My wake up ritual is getting barked at and a lick in the face and then walking outside.
So what's your wife's name? Sorry. Colin.
Glenn, cut it out. Cut it out of the video.
How many times have you attacked my shirt?
Video when it gets to YouTube.
Edit.
I think it's already too late.
Yeah, it was
Hey, Glenn, take that out
You
quickly.
lock your dog and your wife in the trunk, and you open it and see which one's happy to see you. You're not really supposed to do that, Banks. It's just a joke.
Sorry. Who's next?
My morning ritual is really waking up in the morning, and I am the complete opposite. I want this to be on the video. I love to look at my, husband, it's a little corny, and remind myself how grateful I am for the life that we've built together. And then I go downstairs and I feed my 2 cats, and they adore me and love me, and that's, again, a reminder that I have a good life, and I just love that. It's the little things in life for me. Yeah.
Nice. Right there, Angie.
I have my power hour. So 30 minutes of devotional, prayer, Bible reading, 20 minutes of meditation, and then 10 minutes of stretching exercise. Thank you.
Nice. Anybody else? Everybody wakes up, right? Okay. Yeah. Dawn.
I was just going to say, so my husband and I just got a new rocker glider for our lanai, and so I love sitting in that, having coffee and facing the morning sunlight with no sunglasses on to get that vitamin D in the morning.
Ooh, nice.
Man, I'm slacking in the morning.
First thing I do when I open up my eyes is I thank the Lord for another beautiful, glorious day of life with Him and my family and those that He wants me to be around with. Excuse me.
Nice. One more?
Is this your first time there? Okay, he's the first.
Oh, he's first time. No. We don't want to talk to him. No. That's not. I know.
Banks is feisty
That's
this
okay.
morning.
I know Mr. Banks here. Good morning, everybody. My name is Alberto Hoyes. I'm with Life Dance Mastery. I'm going to move up here because that way I don't seem like a revolving person.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm with Life Dance Mastery. I've been in the networking. I've also been training and teaching dance. Now, I don't teach dance. Listen, let me rephrase that because I've been taking that. What I do is what God asked me to do. He said, I put a dancer in each and every person in this planet. What I want you to do is to go within and pull the dancer out. It's not about learning steps. It's not about memorizing steps. It's about being true to yourself, listen to yourself, and move to the music. I do teach all the different styles of dancing, ballroom, Latin, and everything. I've been doing it for 45 years, and my passion is to bring the best person God designed you to be out through dance.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Alberto. And your son is here too, so he can stand up there or he can come up here.
May as well come up at this point. I mean, how do I
Show
follow
your
that
moves.
one?
Show your moves. You know.
So my name's Emilio Hoyes, and I own a company called Skybound Visuals. I'm a videographer and photographer. I also do aerial real estate and commercial work, so anything drone videography, photography, event, commercial real estate, as well as social media marketing. Let me know. I can show you my portfolio, and I'd love to talk to you.
Emilio, welcome.
Thank you
Yes.
guys for coming.
Where do I give this?
Monica will take
All right,
that.
are we ready to get started?
I think we are.
I think we are.
I think my 2 deep breaths and a glass of water in the morning just need to be visualized. I need to do better. Thank you all for inspiring me to do better. I will keep waking up, though. That's the idea.
Thank you. Keep waking up. I'm still working on that one. Housekeeping, please keep talks down to none, actually. And make sure you put your phone on vibrate. And if you get a phone call, there's many places you can go to. And we are live streaming on YouTube and MSNBC. And no, we're not. We're on LinkedIn now.
And Facebook. Yes. So if you love our program, because you love our program, tell your friends, tell your family. They can watch it live streaming if they can't get out of bed this early, but we are live streaming across all platforms. Whether that's good or bad, it remains to be seen, but it's happening. So, so this is what we ask of you as the audience when we have our presenter up this morning. As we talked about being vulnerable, so we want to make sure we're curious and not critical, kind and actionable, give them some action items to go out and do, and then when they come back in 6 months for that refill presentation, we get to hear about what worked and what didn't. One key insight, we've got always a lot of emphatic feedback, so try and keep it to one, and then if there's anything extra, we love those connections to happen after the program.
And our speaker, Jennifer Valentine, PA-C, DMS. Come on.
Let's hear from Jennifer with Superior Health and Wellness.
Good morning.
Good.
What do I do with that? Oh, okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's see how to get this started.
You can just.
Oh, wrong way. Sorry.
It's okay. Just aim it at the back of the room too.
Okay, there you go. So, as she stated, my name is Jennifer Valentine. I'm a physician assistant, and I have my doctorate in medical sciences. And in 2023, I opened my own practice with Superior Health and Wellness Direct Primary Care. So, a little bit about me and why I did this. This is my why, my family. I have 3 children, 2 adult children, and 5 grandchildren scattered around here. 3 in Seattle and 2 are now here in Florida. So this is why I do what I do, so that I can spend time and hopefully travel and visit my grandchildren and be there for my parents who are in there as well as they're aging. What I love to do is baking and going to amusement parks with my son because he makes me do it. I don't really like him, but he makes me, because I won't let him get on by himself usually. So a little bit about my journey and what led me here. Straight after high school, I joined the military, U.S. Army Reserve, and that's where I got my training as a surgical tech. That led me years later to go back and get my degree as a physician assistant, and later my doctorate. So as you can see here in the photo, that was me and my daughter just before a lot of life changes happened. In the middle, I'll go over there to, in 2016, a little bit of my journey that led me to where I am today, and then getting my degree. Up to about 2015, I was doing well. I thought life was great, you know, doing what you do as a mom, working and just taking care of people in the medical field. I have always wanted to be in medicine. It's what I love, to help others. It was my passion, so I've been in the field in different ways as a medical assistant on up to where I am now. But however, in 2015, for whatever reason, life took a turn, and I had a medical illness that just sort of crept up on me, in 2016, and led me to have an autoimmune diagnosis in which I was told that I probably had about 6 months if they couldn't figure it out. So that journey really opened my eyes, because I spent 6 months with a lot of doctor visits, continuously being told don't know what's going on, and one thing and another, here's another prescription, here's another cream, another pill, and it was just endless. And I remember November of 2016, when they went to give me another prescription, I said, if this can't help me, then no, I don't want any more, I can't do this. Well, the alternate to that was to be admitted to the hospital for about a month. But at that point, I really was able to look at things from a patient's perspective and realize how patients sometimes see things when you're not getting answers and you're constantly just feel like you're being pushed down the line. And so I noticed that I already knew that something was wrong with the system in the years that I wasn't happy with it, but that was my turning point on how can I do better? How can we get people answers when they really are in the time of need and need it? So at that time, I went back to school and got my doctorate because I was told that I probably wouldn't be able to practice clinically anymore. But fortunately, I don't listen very well, and I guess I defied the odds because I am still here 7 years later. And that's where direct primary care came in. When I went back to get my doctorate, there was a presentation on direct primary care. First time I had heard of it, but I fell in love with it because the key that targeted me was a way of practicing medicine where patients were put first. You could spend time with them, you could get to know them, and you could truly listen to what the problems were, and that way you could come up with possible solutions. And so I started to study more about what direct primary care was and how I could implement that. Here I looked up a little statistics before doing this because direct primary care is an issue sometimes with people because most people don't take insurance. So we hear a lot of hesitation with that. Well, I like it, I want the personalized care, but you don't take insurance. It turns out that more than 10% of people in Lake County alone don't even have insurance. So they're not getting care as it is. And about more than 30% of people have insurance but don't use it because of high deductibles, co-pays, other things like that. So it sits in their wallet, looks great, but they don't do anything. So they're still not getting the care they need. And when they do use it, you're going into doctor's appointments for 5 or 10 minutes. Here's a prescription, if that. See you in a couple months, but you're never getting answers. It's a vicious circle. And that's what led me to, well, how do I do this differently? We also look at it in perspective of small businesses. Small businesses are a huge percentage, especially here in Lake County, of our community, and they employ a lot of us, probably not in this room particularly, because we're a lot of entrepreneurs, but family members and friends that we know. And if you ask them, a percentage of them probably don't have health benefits, because as much as the company might love them, they can't afford it. So my thought was, how can I bring this to both individuals as well as small businesses and offer them an opportunity to get quality health care in a way that's affordable? So these were just a little bit of information talking about what does direct primary care offer to employees and what does it offer to individuals. So we are, longer visits, more personalized visits. We usually get people in the same day or next day, whether it's in person or by Zoom. So you're not getting told we'll see you in 3 weeks or we'll see you in a month, by which time you're probably in an urgent care because you couldn't wait. By eliminating the insurance, it eliminates any surprise costs, co-pays, things of that nature. So people aren't as hesitant to come in and get seen because they're not worrying about what is it going to cost me. It's just a phone call and a connection to hopefully get their answers taken care of. I take more of a lifestyle and a functional approach because after my personal experience and being told there was nothing they could do for me, I wanted more answers. So that's what led me over to functional medicine, and which is more of a root cause. Why are you sick? Not just here's a pill. And so I try to bring that into my practice when I listen to my patients and anybody who needs something. What's going on? What's your lifestyle? And we focus on lifestyle medicine. For businesses, this opens the door to offering your employees, showing them how much you care, offering them at least, how can this help them, would be more like less time lost from work, less missed days. They're going to be happier, so they're going to be more productive. They're not worrying if their kids, that they have to leave at 3 o'clock to get in their children to a sick visit potentially, when maybe it could have been done by a phone call. So it just brings peace of mind, and so direct primary care can do that for businesses. And it's more financially feasible. So what have I been doing so far to try to get the word out there and bring more awareness is I've joined the chamber and other networking events. I try to get out there and really talk about direct primary care and its benefits to the community and to individuals as well as companies. I host some events from time to time, just free educational events, getting out to schools and churches and things where there's larger groups of people so that I can present what I do, and posting on social media, although probably not as frequently as I should. But all that being said, I'm still struggling with increasing my visibility, increasing patient enrollment, and growing my business. So my main ask today is ways that I can do that. How can I get more visible to larger groups of people, to educate the community and to bring this awareness? How can I get in front of decision makers for small businesses and present how this can be a benefit to their employees, how they can maybe not offer healthcare insurance because it's not affordable, but you can offer potential DPC coverage, which gives them unlimited access. DPC, there's not just a once a month or anything. You see me as many times, as often as you need. Again, phone, Zoom, whatever that might be. So those are some of the struggles right now, that it's how do I bring this forward? I think the model is great. My goal for the community is to bring this out to a bigger, more like a wellness, where we teach people how to stay healthy. We give them the resources, and it's in a one place where they can come and get all their needs met. So that's pretty much a little bit about what direct primary care is, and my contact information, office, phone number, email, follow me on social media. And so any questions or anything that you can do in helping me to bring this awareness, I would appreciate it.
Dr. Jennifer Valenti. Doctor? I didn't know you were a doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the white coat. I like the choice of white coat. So here's her ask. We'll go back to her contact information. So thinking in your direct primary care hats, and how many people were already familiar with direct primary care? Awesome. So that's a pretty good, is that about what you see people, or what's direct primary care versus?
A little bit more.
Okay.
And more, I think, in this room, but not so much in the public.
Okay. All right, let's hear from you guys. How can she get more visibility? And see hands going up. All right.
So if you have a question, raise your hand. Monica will go to you.
And then let's stand up when you're giving feedback, please. We want to see you and hear from you. And so, yeah, start us off.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
So I have a question. You said you offer packages for companies to offer to their employees. Do you have packages for individuals where you say, okay, I'm going to give you a year's worth of XYZ for this price, or every 6 months or every 3 months, or I've got, is that something you offer as well?
The model itself is right now, it's a monthly membership, and that basically includes that unlimited access, and everything that can be done in the office is included. There are separate packages for wellness, and sometimes those are additional, like IVs and B12 and things of that nature, but the monthly membership includes everything that you would need in your direct primary care.
Do you promote those, or is that something that you do often, as far as like, hey, we've got incentives this month, if you join in, we'll give you a free month,
That's what I need to work on. Those are some of the things. Sometimes there's so many ideas, it's like, which route do you go? So,
Gotcha.
But thank you, yes.
We got somebody over here. Jared?
Good morning, Jennifer. I'm Jared Taylor, founder of Sugarloaf Partners, nonprofit fundraiser. We've had a chance to get to know each other a little bit over this year, and I just want to say you're doing a great job on social media. You've done a great lot of outreach out in the city of Mascot for the senior citizens, as well as Anointed Community Services International in Groveland. So there are 800 nonprofits here in South Lake County. The people, the beneficiaries that they're serving may not be your clients, but going after those organizations and talking to those organizations for them to have contracts with you to service those clients, just like you've been doing. Just keep up the great work. It's not a question or anything that I have, but just continue doing the great job you're doing to serve these people.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared.
Dr. Jennifer, I'm Dr. Phillips. Good presentation. I think more people need to know about what you do. I appreciate you very much. Being a patient advocate, there used to be a time where people would say, get a second opinion. That's gone. Everyone, they think that the white jacket is the answer, but I value what you're doing being an advocate. My question is, have you been on any podcasts? I'm thinking about alternative ways to get your message out there. I looked at your website right now. Success stories in the front, leading with benefits. It's one thing to say DPC. Well, that's great, but what does that mean to the mom at home, to the single parent? What does it mean to have access to you Sunday morning? right? Those things are, I think if you lead with the benefits, then it's going to be more alluring. Especially, I noticed you put that you have a holistic flair. A lot of people, I can tell you, are looking for non-pharmaceutical interventions. So you could lead with that, and it would be very alluring, I think. Nice job.
Thank you, thank you. And I think that's one of the keys that I want to emphasize more and figure out how to do that, is to increase that awareness and letting people know these are all the things that you get. Sometimes it's a little difficult, and how do you say that when you're networking in 2 or 3 minutes, or sometimes 30 seconds when we have to present to each other. So I need to work on that, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Brandon, nice to meet you.
Hi.
That's exactly what I was thinking, was success stories. Do you have local success stories that you can say, I took this person from this to this, and this is an example?
Yes,
of
I
how,
do.
Okay, cool. And are you marketing those people? Are they marketing for you? Like going out and like saying, my doctor did this and fixed this problem for me.
No, that's probably a weak area that I need to hone in on a little bit better.
Amy Gaskin, Clermont Neighbors, and home of the Clermont Neighbor Olympics. And so we do some live events. Are you doing any live events where you're talking to seniors or talking to people in the community that you can explain your services more? I know that many seniors want to do a more holistic approach and get rid of their medicines because they want to feel better and look better and be better. Also, make sure your online presence is proper and you have all those referrals and recommendations online from all the different sites, so Google Maps, whatever, because you need that, and so you need to do that. So we should talk again.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing enough in the area of talks. I do a lot of vendor events and community outreach, but to actually sit in front of community or groups of people is something that I definitely want to get more involved in. Okay, thank you.
It's a good connection. Who else do we have?
Hi, I'm Jessica Madrigal with New Local Marketing, and jumping off of what Dr. Phillips was saying, a little bit deeper into that. So you're talking about a lot here with healthcare, right? Yes. Medical treatment, direct primary care. These are all words I noticed in marketing. One of in the forefront of people's minds, if they're trying to grab onto understanding, right? So immediately you're saying words that they think, oh, I know what that is. So if you avoid the words of what you're doing, because they're going to find out quickly what it is that you do, but you got to lead in marketing with why do they care, right? So I talk a lot about that. So when you're out there talking about like what she said about on Sunday morning, or I love what everyone's saying, because people are gravitating towards, but why do I care about that? Why would that matter to me with the testimonials? Because as you work through the benefits of when you're solving the problem for the community, the benefits that they're receiving, they have to understand that first before they'll ever listen to what you call yourself, we say, okay. Right? So understanding that, and then they'll go, oh, you're solving the problem of me and how I'm dealing with other primary care, not my health problems first. So you have to kind of overcome the first barrier, which is how do you compare with other healthcare, right? And not calling yourself things that they just immediately go, I know what that is. And they won't listen. The other thing, just really quick, partnerships are really important. So I was just thinking strategic partnerships with personal trainers or gyms that have clientele that specifically need this kind of thing, and then just having referrals back and forth so that you can kind of refer each other.
Okay, thank you. And I do have a few that I think I need to, as you stated, use them more, like a patient that called on a Sunday because they cut their foot and they didn't want to go to the urgent care, and I came in the afternoon and saw them. And another patient actually this afternoon that was just discharged from the hospital, and they don't think they can come in, so I'm going to go to their home. So there are all of those services that are included. So I think, as you stated, I need to make sure and present that more, that this is out there. And also, when he stated about the nonprofits, that is a huge area. And I've worked with New Beginnings and several of them, and I want to definitely, because those are people that, for most part, sometimes they say they don't have the benefits, they don't have the resources all the time, and it may not be, like everybody says, it's not that specific clientele, but it's somebody that needs, and I want to help in that area. So I don't close that door at all.
Hi, Sarah with The Local. I was just going to, you actually stole mine, about collaborating. Collaborating, in my opinion, is key. I would actually talk to like gyms and things like that. But then as far as your marketing, what are you doing as far as marketing other than social media?
Right now, occasionally I put in the Clermont Sun, like their wellness area. Being a solopreneur, the marketing budget's probably a little on the low side, so sometimes it's not as much as I probably could be doing. So that's an area that I have to venture into a little more.
What I would suggest is to try to find some kind of medium that gets a lot of bang for its buck. So whether you go through digital or go through the local, we can definitely put you in front of a lot of people.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you because the information you given is a lot.
Thank
Most for new people like coming to the United States that doesn't understand the healthcare. There's a lot of new residents that they actually don't know how does it work. So I think this is gonna be a good niche. So probably down the niches and the services that you can give. And use not just marketing for doing it. Now the algorithms are working completely different.
Yeah.
So probably make land pages that can attract specific niches. So you can inform them, and podcasts are biggest. And I don't think you have to pay that on Facebook. Make like one time and explain exactly what you do, because you said it covers everything, the monthly membership, but what is everything, you know? So I always have insurance, so I just don't know how the insurance works. I don't know how this works, so maybe education and podcasts and marketing will work for you. But you're doing amazing though. I knew this for you.
Thank you. I'll do that. And I do need to put more of my content also in Spanish, which I know that's a niche that I have not attracted as much. It's a Spanish speaking, and that's a big community. So I definitely need to venture into that.
I want to interject really quickly because I'm going to put SBDC on the spot here. We have some comments, but I am here, and I don't want to practice outside the scope of my training here, but I'm hearing value add. What's your value add? And I feel like that's what your area of opportunity is here. And there are the people that raise their hands and they know Jennifer, they know you and your services, they know what your value is. How do you articulate that? So playing on what Jared said and your question here, who are the decision makers that you need to be in front of? I don't think any of us are worried about your ability to convey or your passion or your education to follow through. And that's where I want to put SBDC on the spot, like narrow, how do we get that value add quickly, succinctly, and then broadcast you out there so that your partnerships are stronger, that your speaking engagements are more effective for you?
Love it.
Hi, Jennifer. Colin Van Exel from Accelerated Sales Solutions. First of all, I need some medical care. The bank stabbed me this morning in the back.
He's trying to get me patience. He's helping.
Jennifer and I have known each other. I think we started our businesses about the same time. I think we ended up at our first networking event together, not knowing each other.
Yeah.
And she's always been one of my buddies at networking events since then. And we've been meeting to sit together, and we haven't had a chance to between the two of us. So after you being here, we need to make it a priority, because I'm going to layer on a couple things of what everyone said. First of all, we need to start at a much higher level for you, right? And you solve a lot of problems, going back to what was spoken about before. You need to focus a little bit on what are the problems that you solve best for people, because that's going to lead you to a subset of customers, right? From that standpoint that you really want to focus on. And I say this and everyone flinches, but when I talk to people who are starting their starting their businesses and they say they sell to everybody, I say you sell to no one, right? And so you really have to focus on what specific problems you're solving, who you're solving them for, right? And that'll craft the message that Betsy was talking about focusing on. You do a lot, and you have the opportunity to do a lot, but in order to get your business to actually solve this problem and get you more, you need to actually narrow down, not widen, right?
Yeah.
So you got to tighten that message. And I won't go in anymore because you and I just need to set an hour, and we just got to sit down and narrow that out.
Thank you.
Yes, connections.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey.
So I'm Tyler. I own Restart Physical Therapy. I was going to say, because I know a lot of direct primary cares around this area, and you're one of the only one I could think of that speaks Spanish. So having that niche is really important. And again, what you said, I was going to suggest it anyways, to post in Spanish, because that population is not going to see English in their social media. So having that in there is going to be super helpful. Also, for your live events, what's your follow-up for them?
I haven't done as many events, so the people that I have, I've given them a call, but that's where I need to increase. I need to do some more live events, because the ones that I've had, it's usually people that already have connected with me and they're coming out to support. So I need to get more events where I'm getting in front of new people.
Cool. Yeah, so my suggestion for live events is you need to get something from them, either contact information or directly making an appointment right then and there. It's like, hey, this is the issue that I see. Come to my office. We can go really deep into what this is, what this means for you. I can't do this in 5 minutes right here. I have to do this completely in an hour, everything, just so that they can be assured that you're invested in them.
Yes.
So then that helps you get credibility from them when they just pass by and see you at this thing. So it's just something to improve your, credibility.
Thank you. That's good follow-up. Definitely. Thank you.
Hi. May I go? Good morning, everyone. Like Brady. Jen, we've done some work together. I'm also a patient, so full disclosure, and I love working with you. But great themes here. I think we can identify, right? Niching down to be more specific and resonating. I have two questions for you. Do you have any current data that you can review that'll tell you who your possible strongest niche market is currently, based on all the work you've done, based on the patients that are coming to you, the memberships that you have, that can help you with niching down and zoning in on that particular demographic, because they're already your customers. So maybe you may want to look into that.
Yeah, I don't have that. That's
or a
good.
second way to look at it is, if you don't necessarily have data because you have not been collecting it yet, right?
Yep.
I would always encourage you to follow your passion, right? Who's that market that you resonate with the most, that you love helping, connecting with? What are the programs that you might be developing, that you're currently doing, that you absolutely love waking up in the morning about it? Like, I can't wait to meet Lenka and help her with her digestive issues, for example. Yeah, that's actually true.
She said it.
So it's actually true. Yeah. No HIPAA issue here.
What HIPAA?
Yeah. So, right, data and
Yes.
passion. Look at that. Perhaps that can help you zone in or niche down a little bit more and clarify your messaging a little bit more.
Thank you. And I don't have the data, so that is a good point to collect. And as far as programs, I know we have talked, and so I'm in the process of creating programs. And specifically the one I'm working on now will be for middle-aged, 30 to 50-year-old women that, they have busy lifestyles. They're tired of feeling run down and not knowing what's going on with their system. And so trying to help get them those answers. So that's that target market for one of my programs.
Hey everybody, my name is Brian Silva. I'm also a PA. I met her a couple months ago at this event, actually. And since getting to know her, she's been amazing and definitely a provider that I would want to bring my family to. So just knowing I want to go a little bit deeper into what DPC is, because I feel your pain, and I thought about doing the DPC thing. So we've both been in the big hospital systems, and if anybody here felt dismissed from their doctors, maybe you had too short of a time, they didn't address the issues that you actually came for, or they said, you're only here for one issue, and then they sent you out with the medication, no real follow-up, and no real plan to get your problem solved. I think that's what DPC really solves, and I think she's a valuable member to the community. I do a little bit of a different thing from her, but I would definitely like to work with her in the future. One of the other things that I wanted to bring up is a lot of this community, I think it's all personalization. So one of the things that I'm going to start is a podcast. I think that you would really do well on a podcast, because just your nature and the way that you talk, if you're talking about specific issues like it's digestive issues, obviously we can do a podcast on that, and obviously I'd love to work with you on that too, just together and bring up the medical community as much as possible. But just getting to know you, I think a lot of these people would be sold on and people in general in the town would be sold on working with you. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. And I see a lot of the community really interested in the program, and so it's great. As Tyler has stated, there are other DPCs, so I know some people are already really using this service, so they love it, they see the value in it. So now my next step is getting that out a little bit further into the community to more people's hands, because there is such a need. And so recently I've been into Mascot and into Groveland, which are other areas that are really just underserved when it comes to healthcare. So it's just knowing what events to do, who to talk to, and how to present. And I guess get out of my comfort zone and get those podcasts and talks and things, because it's not my sweet spot, but I'm trying.
I disagree.
Well, thank you.
Hi, again. So, you know, one thing that keeps on coming up is time and money, right?
Okay.
To do these things, okay? And as a small business, you know, we can understand the limitations we have, especially if you're a one-man show. You're like, how do I do all of this, right?
Yes.
So, you know, how about youth, right? Let's say youth are really good at social media. They're looking for volunteer hours, okay? You can't go wrong with saying, hey, you know, can you come on for 2 months? I'll give you volunteer hours. Can you work my social media? You're not paying anything. You're helping them. They're helping you, right? And at least you're getting some movement. You know, as far as money, bartering services, right? Let's say we have our friend that, you know, our other doctor over there, and she, you know, say, hey, can I put a poster, can I put a whatever in your business, and I will return a favor for you. You know, you're not investing a lot of money. You guys are bartering services. You guys are helping each other out. You know, that might put a little bit of a availability on what you can do as far as the reach. You know, and a lot of small businesses, I'm sure a lot of people here are willing to barter services. You know, hey, you need a headshot? How about I give you a month of services? You know, vice versa. So, you know, it's a small community enough where everybody's willing to help out. You know, and they know the struggles for small businesses. So use what you have available. Don't think out, you know, sometimes they say, oh, think outside the box. Yeah. But in this case, think inside the box. And see what you have resources available here within this community that might be able to help you and you help them.
Definitely, thank you. And I mean, bartering used to be, we would think it was an old thing, but I think it is coming back. So it's something that definitely good idea. And the interns, definitely, thank you.
So, two things. I mean, we have worked in the past. The business model works because we have a client in North Lake that won the SBA Small Business Award of the Year. So it's a great business model. So we can, you know, connect you with her to understand how the business model works for her. And maybe you can take some information out of there. The other thing is, I mean, running a business and being a doctor are two different things, right? So if you don't have the capabilities to run the business and want to focus on being a doctor, then you need to get help on running the business. Probably you don't want to do it yourself. So bring somebody else, you know? And that's the chicken and the egg, you know, problem. Do I have the money? I don't have the money. I mean, sometimes you will have to take the risk, you know, invest. Probably, you know, you will spend more money than what you are getting in. But at the end, if you have someone who has the capability to run the business and bring customers to you, you will end up being a better business down the road. Just food for thought.
Thank you.
Hi, Jessica. Great job.
Hello.
Just wanted
Thank
to
you.
share with you, with an open enrollment coming up, a lot of small businesses are finding out that their premiums are going up, right?
Yes.
And maybe this is an option for you to consider getting with small business owners, letting us know what is it going to be for the next month, as opposed before we renew our insurance.
Yeah.
So just
No,
an
that's a
idea.
great opportunity that I'd like in these coming months, because I know that that's a lot of what's going on, and I've heard of several changes. And so that I think right now is a perfect time to say, hey, before you sign up for something that is going to cost you 3 times more than it needs to, or just totally deny insurance altogether to your employees, let's connect. But that's where, how do I get in front of those people and the decision makers? That's a key point in that one, for sure.
My next. Jen.
Yes.
I'm Harry Spate.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. Jen, I know I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I hope
Yep.
she's not
Uh-oh.
offended, but was really nervous about doing this presentation. How did she do?
Thank you.
So we wouldn't think you're nervous. I think most of us would think you're a pro. You know what you're talking about. You care. And this message that you just gave us needs to get out by speaking in front of other groups. Right? I would just take this, tighten up the presentation a little bit, get out to other 1 Million Cups, practice it, go to other events down in Four Corners where there's a higher Latino population perhaps,
Yeah.
collaborate with what our friend whose name escapes me just said, but things that you can walk out, or collaboration when you come to 1 Million Cups and present. Don't just look for business, but look for the collaborators.
Yes.
I see one here and one here at least. I'd have conversations with those people, get their ideas, maybe podcast together, meet this other person. A lot of good energy here. I definitely want to capitalize on it.
Yes, definitely. And thank you.
Okay. Hi, Jen. My name is Lee Tran, and I'm in the financial protection business. So I'm always thinking about prevention, right? This is going to be a great presentation and a lot of great suggestions. I can sum up a couple things right now. Collaboration between you and another networking of doctors, right? Because I am thinking about, the question right now is not for now. It's for 6 months from now, where all these ideas are gonna explode, and then you have so many clients, and it's only one Jen. How are you gonna handle, sustain yourself, your health care yourself? How are you gonna take care of the community? Just one of you, and what Jose is talking about, the business size and the take care size. So you gotta have a backup plan of when it explodes. How are you gonna handle that? So collaboration podcast, I have one. If you wanna jump on my podcast, I'll be more than happy to talk about it with you. But 6 months from now, come back to tell us another problem. How do you handle your growth and how do you sustain that? So great presentation, and thank you for sharing that, and I need to get together with you. Yes.
Thank you. And hopefully 6 months from now, we'll be looking at, maybe a bigger facility, another provider that's the same mindset to grow, because I want this to really be something that touches the community. I don't want it to be limited, and I know my numbers will obviously be limited. So the potential will be to grow to a facility where we offer more things, dietitian and other alternative type services, and then bring in another like-minded provider so we can expand the services.
Hi, Jennifer. Ivan, Org Dev Group. So I just want to second what Jose has said. So we helped out a company in Lake Nona that I want to get you in contact with, Dr. Joe Clark. He went on this very similar journey. I would say you guys probably have a tremendous amount of parallel within where you guys are coming from. And he partnered directly with a entrepreneur named Tomo, and it changed his company completely, where he could just practice, and then he had basically somebody to run the business, because I agree 100%. What you're doing is what we see like when we work with law offices, right? You have somebody that's went and got their degree, but they know nothing about business. They know everything about what they studied. And generally that works out well. So we need to connect, and I want to connect you with somebody like that. But also what Colin said within the solution, like problem solution, I would have loved to have seen some of your models, because it looks like you have two different models. You have, or two different what we consider ICPs, ideal customer profiles.
Yes.
You have small businesses, and then you have almost like B2C, like your individuals.
Yes, sir.
And I would love to have seen, and if you don't have them yet, I would give you free work. I'll create them for you and do them for you. I would love to help see that kind of visualized already, because it sounds like you have a lot of the information. And I would even go as far to say, you probably have a lot of the data too. It's just hidden somewhere and fragmented. So I would also offer free data scraping too, just to kind of help you get all that information out. So I'd love to connect with you and try to do that with you.
Thank you. And I think everything you said is exactly, I love what I do. I love what I do, but I don't have one person to do all the logistical side sometimes, and there's not enough hours in the day. So I think the information's there. It's just putting it into a proper presentation and model. So thank you very much for that.
So is it Jen or Jennifer or Dr. Jen? What do you
Jennifer.
prefer? Okay, perfect. So what I'm understanding is you're wanting a more holistic approach with everything as opposed to the main medical side. Am I correct?
That's the approach I try to take with everything. Yes.
This could be future, and you might have already thought of this, but have you ever thought about partnering with like nutritional companies and collaborating with them, because they put on a lot of large events every year, a lot of different companies, and bringing someone in while you've already got a whole entire list of 3,000 people ready to buy for their nutrition, someone who can actually diagnose them and sit there and talk to them is something I think someone would really want, as opposed to just the home medical stuff. So I don't know. There's a lot of companies out there.
Yeah.
Manatech is one that I know that I trust, but just collaborating and partnering with them for events or just exposure, I think would be really good, and for home medical systems.
Thank you. That's a good idea. I had not thought of it something that big.
Help you pay for their marketing and stuff like that, because you're going to do joint marketing with them. So you have your marketing budget expanded because they're going to give you co-op jobs.
Okay.
We're going to wrap up.
Dr. Jennifer, one last point. I know one of the pain points with DPC model is, do you take insurance? And a lot of times the answer is no, I don't. But I'm going to encourage you to take that and twist it and ask the question, do you mean insurance or life assurance? Right? So I'd play on the life assurance and make yourself the specialist for life assurance. And you can make that whatever you want it to be. Holistic, get yourself some holistic practitioners, dovetail into your network. I also wanted to offer one more thing. About a year ago, I have a friend of mine that is in Washington, D.C. all the time, big time into the bringing power back to the people movement for healthcare. And he identified, and I'll put you in direct touch with him. There's groups of people who are becoming self-insured, where they get to pick their own providers. You don't have to go through the big box, MetLife and all these big box insurance providers. And they pool their resources, and they're specialized groups where they're self-governing. But if you can identify those groups and then introduce yourself to those groups, they're not going to ask you the question, do you take insurance? Because you automatically qualify for their money to come into you. Just a thought.
Yes, I had heard something about that in the last few months, so I'm trying to dig into that a little deeper, like how to get in those areas, because I think there are employer-owned policies or certain things like that where they're able to go down this road more. So thank you.
Great feedback, everyone.
Thank you very much,
everybody.
Thank you.
Jennifer, don't go anywhere.
Don't leave us yet.
You get the last word.
Yes, we will have all of this run through AI by Glenn, and he will build a beautiful synopsis for you, so everyone's very valuable and emphatic feedback will be conveyed to you. And then, as Bank said, we want you back here in six months to hear about how all this went. For right now, though,
what can we as a community do to help you?
Help spread the word. If there's events or areas that you know of, church groups, large groups, anything like that, that they could use the opportunity to come out and speak and present. And it doesn't have to be big, because 2 or 3 people get the word out. So just areas where this could really be of a benefit, I'd love to have that opportunity to see if I could present what I do.
Jennifer Valenti?
Yes, sir.
Valenti?
Valentin.
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 Okay, beautiful.
Jennifer, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for that feedback. That was wonderful and exciting.
Yes, I take this
and
off.
I hope everyone that is already following us on social media got all of that. So
Yes.
let's clean up after ourselves and get our smiles out and our 1 fingers ready, our 1 million cups fingers, and let's take a group photo.
We're going to take a photo. Yep.
We need to update. We need to update our photos.
All right, everybody, here we go.
Yes. You right here, standing up. You know the finger. Let's do it. Yes, index finger. 1 million cups.
Selfie.
And a selfie.
Let's do the selfie.
Wednesday, everyone. Thank you so
Happy
much for all your
Wednesday,
feedback.
everyone.